So the one bit of confusion that people seem to have about the fediverse is, how does it work? Is it, what is the decentralization about? What are instances and, you know, federation and the decentralization? What is all of that? So I thought I'd sort of explain it. We're going to use MS Paint and we're going to do a little diagram because I'm lazy. So so the fediverse is an interconnected network. We'll say these little squares are what are called instances. And just actually, hold on, what I can do, this will be a bit easier here, is just get a couple of these in here. There we go. So these are instances, and these can all talk to each other. And we're just gonna have two instances for this example. And the instances talk to each other via a sort of a special language that computers speak called ActivityPub. We'll make that a bit bigger here, and there we go. So the instances talk to each other using a special language called ActivityPub. So this instance speaks ActivityPub, and this instance speaks ActivityPub. And we're going to label these. We'll call them instance A and instance B. And then we'll say that on each instance there is a user, and we can just we'll do this, and then we'll do this. That's a bit too big here. No, you get what I'm going for. We'll just make them circles. Well, that'll be good enough. And we'll say that each instance has a user. And maybe we want to make those users transparent. There we go. And we'll take this one and we'll put them here. And we'll label each of these. And we'll make this one user A. And we'll make this one user B. In keeping with our sort of labeling trend here. So user B will make a post. Or, well, no, okay, user B has a user account, let's say, right? And we'll just, so let's say instance user A sees that account, and they think, I want to follow that user. So they see that account and they click the follow button on the account, and so instance A sees that they've pushed the follow button, and it sends a request to instance B here. I know these are sort of, I kind of have to move. Let me move instance B up a little bit. There we go. And so it sends follow request to instance B. And in that follow request, it tells instance B tells instance B some information. It tells it what user on instance A wants to do the following. And it gives a link to their profile and such. That's about it, really. Just tells them about the user. Oh, hold on. No, it's not letting me type in there anymore. Whatever. Anyways, point being. So, instance A sends the follow request to instance B. Instance B will receive that request and accept it and let user B know that someone's followed them. Now, instance B will send back a confirmation that everything went through okay with the following. It's not going to fit in there, but you get... Oh, you get the memo. So then, because instance B knows that somebody on instance A is following them, every time that user B makes a post, it will take that post and it will let instance A know about it. It'll tell them about the post so that user A on instance A can see that user B on instance B has made the post. And when you get a whole network of instances going like that, it forms this network. And so these all sort of operate seamlessly. Let's say we have another instance, instance C. We'll just have to make one of those real quick. This one will be slightly different shape because I don't have no, I do have it on my clipboard. Never mind. I can fit this instance in the other instance. That's enough. That's enough horsing around. Let's see. And then, oop, did not mean to do the context menu there. Okay, so this will be instance C. And it does not matter. User C does not matter here. Because there is nobody on instance C following user B. And so instance B knows that. And when user B makes a new post, it will only send that post to instance A. It will not send it to instance B. Let's make this red here. And then... So it will not send that post to instance B, or instance C, sorry. It will only send it to instance A, because there's only somebody on instance A following that user. Once you start following that user, or once you check out that profile, instance C, or instance B, sorry, if somebody on instance C does start following that user on instance B, it'll send all of its posts over. No, that's still red. It'll send over all of its posts that are too big to fit inside of the very small arrow that I made. Just undo all that. And that's, in essence, how the fediverse works. You just multiply that a bajillion times, and then you have all these instances talking to each other. We don't need that many. And there you go, that's it. And to be honest, you don't really need to know these sorts of things to get started on the fediverse. You can just like sign up for whatever instance you want and get going, knowing that you'll be able to access all of the same content. You just need to, but if you want to understand the technical aspects behind it, there you go.